underrepresented, there are multiple reasons for that underrepresentation. Women are still shouldering the burden for a lot of the work that happens in households and families, in addition to the work that they do out in the world in paid and unpaid settings. And that sheer burden of work means that there are some things that women can't decide to do. So there's the sheer volume of unpaid labour that women do, particularly in households and families. In addition to that, we still have an unequal world in which women are not getting the same access to education and work opportunities that men are getting in most parts of the world most of the time. And that means that women are disproportionately struggling with poverty, whether in my own country or across the world. And when you're struggling with poverty, you've got really important survival needs to meet that get in the way of you deciding on bigger political projects and being able to action them, even if you can bring them into your mind and picture what they might be like. I also think that women don't have the levels of confidence. When you live in an unequal world, you don't have the level of confidence that someone who is treated as though their ideas are important right from the beginning of their life is likely to have. And that means that women are not putting themselves forward for positions of leadership and influence in the way that less skilled, less experienced, less awesome candidates might be doing because they have more confidence. I think there are some places in social movements, just as there are in workplaces and formal politics, where women are not underrepresented. I notice working in climate activism that there are quite a few older women who've decided that this is a point in their lives where they have less obligations to family and household, where they are no longer in the world of paid work, and they have decided that they're going to get out and they are going to do what they can do to see that the climate crisis is addressed. So there are certainly some places where women are really contributing. There are also some places where I think women choose to contribute because they feel that they're being called from a place that strikes them as personal and important. So whenever I'm involved in settings where family, children, mending and household work are being addressed, women tend to predominate. In settings where we're talking about food, but we're not talking about food in an industrial context, women are often there in large numbers. So it appears to me that there are places in social change activism where women are still engaging because they are feeling addressed by aspects of our stereotypical roles as women. Another place where I see women overrepresented is when women believe that a role is low risk or perhaps trivial. Women will disproportionately volunteer for those kinds of roles. If it doesn't seem like it's too high risk, if it might even actually be trivial, then sometimes the barrier to entry appears to be lower. And I think that is a comment on where women still are after years of work on feminism and women's liberation in the political sphere, that there still are a lot of settings where women will only volunteer if the stakes are low. It's not bad to be doing that work. That work is all very important, but it's often work that is valued low, including within the social change settings where it occurs. So I still do see women doing a lot of blunt organising, the kind of moving the chairs around, making sure the venue is booked, making sure the kitchen is clean, making sure there's enough food for everybody, rather than being on the panel, creating the media release, being the spokesperson,